let's talk about the Oregon Landlord Compensation Program and what's happening right now for property owners. Many property owners have professional property managers, and most of those managers initially applied for the Oregon Landlord Compensation Program, but what they found was extreme frustration. The system right now is broke. The website crashed pretty quickly, and then once they were able to put it back online, property managers found that they had to go in and reapply multiple times for the same property. And here's also one of the interesting facts. Let's say you had a 20-unit apartment complex and only 3 of the tenants were behind in rent. When you or your property manager went onto the website to apply for the Landlord Compensation Program, you had to key in the rent roll for every single tenant. So it started with the day they moved in, what day they started paying rent, were they current, how much rent did they pay, their name. So it was really laborsome imagine you're a private individual and you work, or you're retired and you just don't want to do 8 hours or 10 hours in front of a computer trying to get money from the state of Oregon for 3 tenants that are behind in rent. It was extremely frustrating, and the property managers were even more frustrated because, again, a lot of them manage larger units, 20 units, 30 units, 40 units. They're having to key in every single tenant for one property in order to have that property qualify for the compensation program. And unfortunately, right now the system is not working. Landlords are not receiving the money that's in that program. They rolled some of the money out initially, but what they found was most landlords just got frustrated and quit applying. They just walked away from the program and said, I'm not even gonna try to apply. And recently, the Oregon legislation has decided that now they're gonna give tenants until February of 2022 to create a workout plan or a repayment plan in order to pay the rent back. So I have landlords and sellers of properties right now that are selling their apartment complexes because they're frustrated and they want to do something different. They know that we're at a good point. I wouldn't call it necessarily the top of the market because the market may continue to improve for sales prices. But one thing that is definitely motivating sales right now is cheap money and low interest rates. And so it's a great opportunity for sellers to get top dollar for their apartment complexes. One thing that we're seeing is pent-up demand. I recently rolled out an 18-unit apartment complex. I had 32 brokers within 24 hours respond and tell me they were going to bring offers. I had 9 written offers to present to the seller. 4 of them were over full asking price. 2 of them were all cash, close in 10 days. So that gives the seller peace of mind that he knows not only is he getting top dollar for his property, but with all cash, he knows that that transaction is going to close. That then allows him to move forward and identify what he wants to do with his sales proceeds. Is he going to do a 1031 exchange, or is he just going to pay the capital gains and take the money and maybe reinvest it or just put it into his bank account? So there's multiple opportunities right now. And if you are a landlord looking at the Landlord Compensation Program and trying to decide, do you want to dive in and try to ask the state for some of that money that they've identified? Again, they set aside $150 million for landlords, and yet it really is not trickling down to the landlords that need it. You as a landlord have to agree to give up 20% of the amount of rent that is past due. And they're also creating a system where the smaller landlords, their needs get served first, which makes sense so that the big conglomerate property management companies can't swoop in and take all the money and then there's nothing available for the rest of the landlords. But I do have to honestly tell you, right now there's lots of landlords that are frustrated and have decided that they just don't want to apply for the program, and it may be the right time for them to get out. So I am seeing a lot of sellers call in saying, I think it's the time. Let's do a pinpoint price evaluation on my property. Let's look and see what I could get for top dollar, and then let's talk about strategy. If you're interested about how to sell your apartment for top dollar fast, Click on the link down below and you'll receive my free PDF, How to Sell Your Apartment for Top Dollar Fast. And you can also subscribe for the next video that will be coming up. I'm Renee Nelson with Pacwest Commercial Real Estate. Have a fantastic day.